The living room is currently open.
Yay!
I'm so excited.
Me too.
Oh my God. It's Tuesday.
Yes.
But we normally don't even say the day of the week, but we probably should say the day of the week because it is election day.
Yes, it is.
And even though we are not a political podcast,
right.
we still have to mention the fact that it is election day. And the kids were off school. So that was a problem.
Yes.
Because then,
they're climbing the walls.
dragging them around.
Yeah.
But it was fun to, my son is pretty disabled, so he doesn't really understand the whole process. But we gave him a little civics lesson. He was just interested in the candy they had at the tables. He wanted the candy. They had peanut. Oh my gosh. Steve said to me, my husband said to me, Kristen, you had bought bags of peanut chews.
Yeah.
They had dark chocolate peanut chews. And
yeah.
he was like, Kristen just recently bought bags of these.
Oh, they're the best.
Are they?
They're my favorite.
Goldbergs?
Yeah. Goldberg's
I don't remember.
peanut chews. You can't find them anywhere. So there's one, Value Drugs by us. They had bags of them.
She's
I
like,
grabbed
Kristen bought
one.
10 bags of these.
I went crazy.
I didn't even have any. And,
Yeah.
and technically, my son is allergic to peanuts.
So's mine.
But Steve just gave him one anyway, and he's like, he's fine.
Oh, he had
so
one?
he was fine.
Oh, they're
he
so
had one.
good.
We're not supposed. Oh, that's a whole nother long story. But I was
Remember
laughing.
peanut chews, everybody. They're the best.
I always get them confused with Charleston Chew.
Yeah, it's not quite a Charleston Chew.
When I think about-
but it's like old vintage, like Charleston Chew.
All the freaking candy that used to rip the crap out of my
your
teeth. Oh my God, bit of honey.
they were good too. Mary Jane's.
Mary
Remember
Jane's.
those?
And I used to beat the hell out of a Mary
Oh,
Jane.
me too.
First I would bite on it, and then you get it
Yeah.
nice and soft, and it was like, trying to get concrete out of your teeth. Like,
Oh, yeah.
see, but I want to
Starburst,
say,
all
funny because my husband's a lawyer, but he's also a broker, a real estate broker. Kristen's husband's is a broker as well. So my husband was saying before, hey, listen, if your candidate doesn't win, I'll sell you a house if you're ready to move out of the country. Let us know. So if your candidate doesn't win and you want to leave the country, just contact Kristen and our husband will, our husbands will either sell your home or get you a new one.
Please.
They'll just help you out.
Yeah.
Either which way.
They're wonderful. They'll make it nice and easy.
Yeah, so it's been quite an eventful day, but we've got stuff to talk about. The real business.
Of course.
The real stuff.
There's so much going
on. We just have to mention, and it's so simple, but yet it's so amazing. The Traitors. We'll be back on January 9th.
I can't wait.
I can't freaking wait.
I can't
The only thing that I'm
wait.
sad about is I wish Phaedra could be on 2 seasons and not one.
Oh. Well, remember.
We don't know who the cast is yet.
What's
We don't
her
know who the
name?
cast is yet.
Chastain. Kate Chastain. She made an appearance.
'Cause
in
Kate is-
season 2, so maybe Phaedra will make an
Kate
appearance.
is truly royalty.
She was so
She
good on
is
that.
hilariously funny.
She is.
And she is just like the resting bitch face. But yet, I love her. There's something so endearing about Kate.
Oh, she's great.
Even though she can be such a bitch.
Yeah, she can.
But she's just great. I mean, because
Yeah.
that's who she is. And you can tell, like, she's a good little egg.
Yeah.
But when they brought her back again, and I was like, oh, she's almost down to the end. So maybe they'll bring Phaedra back. But we are so...
She'll make her guest appearance.
That's when the Traitors comes back. We'll do with all our listeners. We'll do some kind of... We'll start having drop-in guests, and we'll talk. We'll have somebody each week come on and talk about the Traitors. So even if you guys want to come on the show, if you're, we're going to do these little drop-ins, I think, in the new year for like 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
If there's something you're dying to talk about and you want to come on and visit with us in the living room, let's make it happen.
Let's have some company
Yeah,
in
let's
the
have
living
some
room.
company. Let's do it.
do it.
So anyway, we're excited about that. That's January 9th.
Can't wait.
Joshy Altman
He's leaving
and his,
$1 million
and his,
listing.
and his little skeleton are leaving $1 million. That poor woman, she needs a hamburger IV. She needs a hamburger IV on one arm, and then she needs like a milkshake IV on the other. I just worry for Heather. She's literally like, she's going to turn into a dandelion spore. Like, whoo, you're just going to blow on her one day, and she's just going to
She's
disintegrate.
stressed. She's very stressed. That's part of the reason why he's leaving the show.
I like
They have
Heather.
too many things going on. They want to spend more
agree.
time with their family.
Last year, they barely could pull it out. They were
I
like,
know.
oh, they were down in the OC, and then they were up here. But listen,
Yeah, I mean-
I think, I don't mind them as a couple. I don't mind Josh Altman, though. Really, to name your child Ace Altman is bordering on child abuse. Bordering, just right on the line. Like, really, why couldn't you have named him like Josh Altman the second and then called him Ace?
Yeah.
But you had to name him Ace Altman.
Ace Altman.
Come here, double A.
Yeah.
Come here, AA. I don't know.
He was, he had a good banter with Josh Flagg.
Well, they
and
hated each other. Remember how they used to
but,
hate each other?
Yeah.
First they hated each other, but then they loved each other. And then it's Flag. Everything's Flag. You're my
Flag
best
isn't
friend.
going
I hope
anywhere.
Tracy Tudor sticks around because
She's been great.
love Tracy T.
I do too. I wasn't sure about her when she first joined. I was kind of like, oh, she's a little annoying.
I liked
no,
her.
she's very good.
I have a friend who's friends with her somehow.
Okay.
And somehow she was selling his family's home down in, where's the place where down in Laguna Beach.
Okay.
And I remember seeing it on my friend's Instagram, and I'm like, oh, Tracy Tudor's selling his family's home. Beautiful home in Laguna on the ocean. Gorgeous. It looked like when you were walking into the house, it was a big, long hallway that went right out to the ocean. I mean, it looked like you were on a ship.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was just absolutely stunning. But I was like, oh my God. I was like, Tracy is, oh my God, is selling it. I'm excited.
Wow.
Anyway, that was many a year ago. They've been out for a while. But
well,
so
I hope
yeah.
the show lasts without him because he started with the show. But
it
I
will
guess with
last.
Josh Flagg and Tracy, and they'll bring in some new people.
They'll bring in someone a little better than Josh. Like just someone interesting. Just someone who's interesting and out there.
Yeah.
Let's see who they come up with.
Maybe they'll bring Frederick.
Frederick von Frederick.
He was on for a minute, wasn't he? On the LA one for a minute,
he tried
and then
for
he
a
left.
minute.
Maybe he'll
Frederick.
come back. You never know.
I'm so in love with his husband, Derek.
Oh yeah.
I think Derek I get flustered when I start to talk about him. Like the hair on my neck is like the insides of my cheeks are starting to like get fuzzy. Like I think he's so freaking gorgeous, Derek.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, Derek is the one that wanted to move to LA from New York. So maybe they're
God.
in LA. So you never know.
He's just so hot with his shirt off, like throwing
very
paint.
nice, and he's an artist.
He's just an artist.
Yeah,
he's not
he's
looking
chill.
He's not looking to hurt
He's
anybody.
a good balance for Frederick, who gets a little
Flustered. Friedrich von Friedrich from Stockholm, Mr. Stockholm, Sweden. Anyhow,
so
we love them. All right, let's talk about our girl.
Okay, so Teddy Mellencamp.
Not our girl. She's not our girl.
Filed for divorce.
She's not our girl. What's his name? Arroyo.
Teddy Mellencamp. Arroyo.
Arroyo.
Yeah.
Weird dude. Weird marriage. Weird.
Strange vibes I got from him. Yeah, weird.
I don't like Teddy.
All the way around.
I've tried with Teddy. She's aligned herself with Tamara, who is bottom of the barrel.
Yeah. Tamara is at her worst right now. And her and Tamara on their podcast trying to break down Housewives shows and her trying to be political in defending Tamara.
And then she comes out as autistic.
Kind of strange.
And then she's trying to blame it on autism. Don't blame don't talk to the two autistic mothers sitting right here because you're not autistic.
No.
Ew.
I think she hasn't even said a word about it since that one time that she said it on her podcast. Right, she just got quiet about it.
Because shut up, Tamara.
She got a ton of backlash from, everybody about that.
And it's bad when Vicky, who is rolled in the mud, who is slummed it in the mud in the pigsty with her for years, is like, she's got an ego bigger than the Buckram Bridge. And I'm not. We'll talk about OC in a little while.
Yeah.
Tamara and Vicky just gave her the old snub. I mean, they're insane. The two of them. I mean, they're literally like that big fight that's coming up. Was it somebody, Mike Tyson, and it was supposed to be Netflix's Mike Tyson and it's someone, the heavyweight champion of the world.
Yeah.
They are literally the two heavyweight champions of the world.
Yeah.
Of the bottom feeders.
Oh, the bottom.
Going after each other. But I'm like,
bottoms.
Vicky has some modicum of class, apparently, because she's now snubbing Tamara.
I have been listening to Vicky's podcast a little bit more lately, and it's actually pretty good.
What's the name of her podcast?
It's something like my soulmate, my friend, my podcast.
Wait, does she have a does she have a new boyfriend? Because I see her on her Instagram.
No, she does. Yes, she does.
Oh yeah, I've
don't
seen her
know
on her
his name,
Instagram.
but she seems very, very
and
happy.
he looks like might be somewhat normal.
He seems
he's
normal.
not a Steve who's like
or a Brooks.
there for the dough, there for the cameras.
Right.
There for the cameras. You know, she's like the OG coming down the stairs. What's her name? She's
great.
Norma Desmond, famed star of yesteryear. Vicky Gunvalson, famed star of the OC.
To Vicky's credit, she is the OG of OGs.
She is the OG
really
of it all.
Because they were the first one to ever come out, the Real Housewives of Orange County.
And
she was in the original cast, and she lasted the longest.
She really did. And guess who they had on just on the season finale of OC? We're going to talk about it. But Joe.
Oh, Joe De La Rosa.
She was the original
She's
woman.
Another one.
She was the original who dated Slade Smiley. Yeah. She was the first housewife.
Yes.
And then he just went through the Rolodex of the housewives, Slade. But she was dating Slade back in the beginning. And I was like, oh my God, there's Joe.
To see her.
And she was the youngest of that cast.
She was. I think she was like 22 or 23 at the time.
I mean, I was like, oh my God, why are we not making a bigger deal that Joe is here?
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to get to the
We're
OC.
getting ahead of it. But wish the best to Miss Teddy Mellencamp.
No, I don't
we
like
don't know
Teddy.
the
I
details
don't like
behind
Teddy.
why
I
they're
find
getting
her
a divorce.
so annoying.
No.
I find her irritating. I find her
it's hard to like her.
Boring.
Yeah,
big, bad, boring.
She's
Lisa
boring.
Vanderpump.
As Sutton said on Beverly Hills, you
Lisa,
can be a little boring.
Yeah, and Lisa Vanderpump sitting in Teddy's house. I remember it was like an episode where Erica Jane had her period and she wanted to leave because she didn't want to bleed all over her sheets. So she checked herself into the DoubleTree. Okay. They were down at Teddy's house. And it was a big deal that she left. And then it was that episode. But Lisa was so disgusted sitting in Teddy's house. She was just like, oh.
Was it just not up to her standards? Is that what it was?
I mean, it was just, you could see like she was just like, like it was seething out of Lisa. Not that she ever said like, you're home.
Yeah.
But she was just like, get me back to Villa Rosa immediately, darling. No wonder Erica left. Oh, my God. And, of course, Erica came back. It was like a whole thing, and then Teddy was crying at this. It was so insane. We're going back at least 5 to 6 years.
Okay.
All right, I have to stop myself.
Well, there's a reason why she didn't work out on Beverly Hills. She does have a very successful podcast, and I wish her the best, and all the best to her.
The twat seat. Now they've got the twat.
And the twat seat. So
what else is...
Oh, Allie, Jill Zarin's daughter.
Allie Shapiro. Who's very sweet. I like Allie.
Yes, so do I.
But...
she called off her engagement.
Why does this not surprise me?
I know. Do you think Jill scared this poor guy away? Like, what do you think it is? Because there's no information.
Jill could scare anyone away. Jill would terrify me if that was going to be. And by the way, Gary.
That's your mother-in-law.
Gary, also bald Gary. Like, could you imagine being in the same room with those two?
Oh, God.
And Allie is like the sweetest little muffin.
But she's very sweet.
And I was happy for Allie.
Yeah.
She literally went to school right up here. I remember we talked about this on a podcast once.
Oh, she went to Sarah Lawrence. Yeah,
right, in Bronxville, which is literally a stone's throw, kind of where we live, and pretty much where we live. But I remember like seeing, they were out sitting on the sidewalk in Bronxville. So I always worried for Allie a little bit because I think she had some weight issues. She just didn't have all the confidence.
Yeah.
And I was happy to see that she found someone, but now who knows? So we're going to wish Allie Shapiro all the best.
Truly wish her the best.
And Jill,
she
next
will find
time,
the right guy.
Jill, next time she gets engaged, shh. Don't say anything. Just let it be. And by the way, I saw on her an Instagram post of Jill Zarin just very recently that said like, Allie, it might have been her birthday, like, Allie, you're going to this amazing time of your life. And I'm so happy to be by your side. And you're my number one. And you're all this. And I do like their relationship. And maybe the guy was like, oh, Christ. Like, these two really are glued at the hip. Like, do I really want to marry
her?
Do I want to marry Jill Zarin and Gary? Yeah.
He might have scared him away. You never know.
So Jill, next time, shh. Let her have her moment. alone without cameras.
Yeah.
So finally, on Dancing with the Stars,
Halloween night, it was really good.
Oh, by the way, hold on.
Every one of them impressed me. Even Jen Tran, who got eliminated, she did a great dance.
Wait, I wanted to say before it was the Halloween episode. We know we're running a little behind on this because we're coming out after it was on.
Yeah.
But did you guys like our video that we sent from my Halloween party shenanigans?
Our Beetlejuice video
on Littler Podcast, LILTR Podcast on Instagram. Follow us, but it's on there. And if you liked it, let us know. Let us know. Did you see?
Check out our video, please.
All of the smoke and the animatronic. We didn't get all of it, but you got a good sense. And my husband was dressed up as Beetlejuice.
And he did great.
He was in the graveyard.
He did it great.
The kids loved it.
Loved it.
And also, let us know how your Halloween was.
Yeah.
Really?
We want to
hear. Even though it was a week ago, we still need to hear because it's always Halloween in my world.
Yes. And your house
Halloween.
looked amazing.
It's so fun. We love doing it.
Yeah.
All right.
It was so much fun.
Back to Jen.
Back to Halloween night.
No, but Jen and Sasha. Wait, tell me what you said.
Oh, so I'm reading all these things that there might be a possible showmance between.
But the
these
show
two.
is over. So will there be now a romance?
Yeah, I think so.
What?
Something seems like there's stuff going on. She's putting some stuff on TikTok with them, and they're spending time together. I think her brother made some comment about, I'd like to see wedding bells with you guys.
Let me tell you something.
I don't know.
Sasha Farber and Jen Tran.
Do they look like a
do
match
not
to you?
belong together.
No. Okay.
This would be like Frankenstein on the Halloween show doing an experiment. No, I do not think maybe they have a nice little. Jen is 26.
Yeah.
He's
25 or 26.
40, lives in LA.
He's 40, yeah.
She's supposedly a physician's assistant in Boston.
I don't know.
Go find that cute little fella who came back in the episode who wanted to date you again. Remember
With
that
the
cute
nose.
little guy who looked like Brandon? No, the guy who flew on his own dime back.
Oh, him, yeah.
Remember him? He was on, and she was like, I can't because I'm in love with Devin.
Him. I forgot
who's
about
gonna
him.
screw me, and I'm in love after 12 seconds. Anyhow, find him.
Okay, yeah, maybe.
But I think it would be
better.
fun. Let her have a little,
Yeah, I think there's a little
Let her have a
dalliance
little.
going on there.
Great.
No, it's okay.
But
Good for
don't
her.
saddle yourself with 40-year-old Jen. Please, you're 26. I mean, I'm sure he's a lovely fella.
Yeah, he
But
seems it. And he was married to one of the other dancers, Emma Slater, and they got divorced.
Oh, crap.
So
And he's a divorcee. Nothing wrong with that. But still, you're 26 still.
Yeah,
He's not going to give you the family you want.
Yeah.
He's not going to give you that fierce love that you want.
Maybe she just likes the Australian accent. Who knows?
Is he Australian? I
Yeah.
love an Australian.
I think he's
Or
either
he's from
British
New
or
Zealand?
Australian. I think he's Australian, or maybe he's New Zealand. I don't know. But other than that, I do want to say this.
Yeah.
I thought Dwight Howard, and I couldn't remember his name last week.
Oh, yeah, Dwight Howard.
He
He's
did
cute.
an amazing dance.
He did do
with
a
his
great
partner.
dance. Was
What's
it
her name?
contemporary?
Daniela?
Yeah, Daniela.
It was contemporary, and it was really good. And they got a 10.
Yeah, they did.
One of them gave him a 10. I think it
did
was.
they get 2 10s?
Did they get 2? Carrie Ann and Naba, I think, gave a 10.
Carrie and Naba.
And I think Derek and
Carrie.
Bruno gave a 9, but I could be wrong.
Bruno.
Listen,
God
it
almighty.
was pretty incredible, and I am pleasantly surprised because I am shocked that he's made it this far.
Well, he's a football guy.
He's
so.
he's basketball, but like
He's basketball. He's so
7
huge.
feet tall. Like,
when she looks just like this. He looks like he
She's a
belongs in
tiny little
Gulliver's
peanut,
Travels,
and he's all the way
right?
up
He
here.
belongs in Lilliput. Isn't that the kingdom they lived in? Like he's Gulliver. Like hey,
He's the jolly green giant.
the jolly giant, and everybody else like hello,
How are you
hello.
up there?
I mean, really.
Yeah. But I was
He's a
very
big man.
impressed.
Big man.
He's a huge man.
I
I was
wonder what
very
size-
impressed with their dance.
I wonder what size his feet are. I'm going with 17, 18, maybe 19. I don't know. All right. Let's get
So I was,
to-
and I do want to say,
Yeah.
of course, Danny Amendola and his partner did another good job.
Danny
so
Amendola.
did Joey.
Oh, Joey as
Your
the ventriloquist.
favorite.
Joey as the ventriloquist.
And I have a side note here. I think the dark horse in this might be Ilona Mar, because
Ilona Ma.
she's getting the lowest scores, but the fans are crazy about her. And
Yeah.
Her
she's
heart
cute.
and soul
she's
is
very,
really
she's
in this.
a sweet little muffin.
She's
I think.
so sweet, and I think
like
she's
her.
doing a phenomenal
She is,
job.
and I love that.
And I love her partner.
Right, and I love how much her partner loves her.
He loves her so much.
I love
and
them.
He
Yep.
just he wants to win
might
for her
make
because
it.
she wants to win so bad.
They
so
might make
if we're
it.
gonna
They're
pick
not
a
gonna
dark
win.
horse here, I think it's gonna
Chandler
be them.
Kinney. They're setting her up to be the winner.
Yeah, I know.
But
And I like her too.
she's phenomenal. We can't
She's
take that
the
away from her.
obvious
But the
choice.
Steven Neterozic, Dwight, and Ilona Mar will all be there to pretty much the end.
Yeah.
And it's going to come down to like Joey, her, and maybe one of those athletes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, again, I love Danny. This is a very good season.
It
really is.
Bruno, what are you doing?
I love Bruno.
I love Bruno. All right.
So, Golden Bachelorette.
Joan. Very.
Her heart got a little broken. Oh, I'm not going to say broken. It got a little wounded
Yeah, Joan.
this episode by Pascal.
So Pascal takes off.
What do we think? So Pascal was never that into her? He got freaked out by the Tahiti ceremony?
I don't
Were
think.
they in Tahiti? I don't remember.
They were.
where
Yeah, they flew to Tahiti.
Yeah.
He was the last date. Of course, just because he's leaving, they left him to the
they
end,
left
right?
him
We'll
to
talk
the
about
end.
the other two guys too, but
Yeah.
I think Pascal, I never quite saw them together.
No, I didn't get a chemistry with them.
I did not get any chemistry,
No.
but I think they're friends, and I think,
Yeah.
And he said, "I know that what you love is, and you are not it." And it's hard to hear that in any freaking language.
It's an ego bruise.
It's hard to hear that, and
Of
I'm
course
shocked.
it is. Even if you're not going to choose, it's the ball's in kind of your court,
you
not
think-
theirs.
right? And I guess
So when the reverse happens there, you kind of go, what?
And I think you get also as the Bachelorette or the Bachelor or whatever. I think you probably get an elevated sense of yourself because you're locked away. All these people are vying for you. You could be the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
But the way this is set up,
Yeah.
is they're set up to sort of everybody's like, Joan.
They're
Joan,
salivating
Joan.
over you.
Exactly. And then all of a sudden when you starts to become real and you're down to 3 and one goes, "You are not it for me, Joan."
Yeah.
Boo, boo, boo. I think she was right. I think she was a little bruised.
She was a little bruised, a little wounded.
And it's okay.
It's normal.
I really don't think that Pascal, I think if he's going to go for a woman, I think she's going to have to be a little younger. I just see him with a younger, like,
So do I.
the most gorgeous woman there is. Like, I feel like he thinks of himself that way. Not that he was above it.
Yeah.
But I think that he's got a lot to offer. He knows it. And
Yeah.
I think he's like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
This was fun, but I'm not going to do it. Good for salon in Chicago. I have a terrible French accent, but it is what I'm doing.
Well, I think that's what captivated her was the accent and the French and
But
the
I never really
European
saw
and
them
all
together.
That. But I
She
think
walks-
you're right. Like, he might want someone a little vivacious. Joan is not vivacious.
Joan also,
She's just a grounded, good
She's a great
woman.
gal, but let's just say
But
this
Pascal
too.
needs a little
Joan-
more va-va-voom, I guess.
Joan is 61. Now, I'm
Yeah.
not trying to could be down on her or anything, but she's actually looks a little bit older than 61. I think Joan reads a little bit
Perhaps.
older
Perhaps.
for her age.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know what it is, but there's an older
You know what it
sense.
is? She has like an older energy.
She does.
It's not in her appearance.
She's got a great body. She's got, right.
She's
it's in
got-
her.
her body's phenomenal.
wants
her
to,
face
like-
is absolutely beautiful, but she does have an older.
She comes
she's an
across as
soul.
older. She comes across
as older.
as 69 as opposed to 61.
She does.
You know, like she's at the end of her decade
Yeah,
as opposed to the beginning.
You know what? Actually, that's a good point because she might even look a little older than Pascal, and Pascal is 69.
Right.
So, but she's
She
10 years
reads
younger than
older,
him or
and I
whatever.
think it's just her.
So
There's something about her energy,
Yeah,
like we said, and I
it is
think
an
Pascal
older
wants
soul, older
something
energy.
a little different.
Yeah.
Do I sound like him? A little different. I probably sound more like Pepe Le Pew.
Maybe that's why
him.
she might look better with someone like Guy or Chalk because they carry a little bit of an older
Listen,
soul.
Joan
with them
is
too.
not international. She is not
No.
Elkie Sama, who used to be on The Love Boat a million years ago. International superstar. No, she is not that. She is Joan from Maryland.
Yeah.
Who needs an American guy
Yeah.
who likes to drink beer and wine on the beach like the big
And
tall
wants
guy.
to sit on the couch and watch a fire together.
And it says all that she gave the first impression rose to, what was his name? Keith?
Yes.
The guy who was like beach and, you know, sweating and
The
had the
Griswold
Hawaiian
guy.
shirt on, you know, that makes her feel safe.
Yeah, I think so.
International is
Yeah.
not the man for her. And I think he knows it. I think I'm getting better. My Pascal's
You're getting
better.
very good with Pascal's accent. I love it.
So that was Pascal. We obviously talked about the last part of it, but I thought she had a really good date with Guy.
I thought so too.
I think there's a slight chance for them. Still, I don't see them together.
Well, I'm just worried about the restraining order thing. Like, I just feel like that works so against this poor guy. And it does sound like the restraining order thing wasn't as big of a deal as it sounds.
No, but I do feel like Guy, there's just something a little stiff about him. I almost feel like he's a NASA experiment that's a robot.
He just
and
seems
he
too
moves
perfect,
a little slow.
doesn't
I feel like
he?
he's a time traveler from the Matrix, and he's kind of moving a little slow. Like, oh,
Yeah.
right, I'm here.
Yeah.
Hi, Joan. You know, like I just feel like he's slightly robotic. He might be from
every word
he
he's
might
going to
he
say.
might be from the future. I'm not sure if he's from the future. I'm not sure if he's from the future.
Maybe he's an alien.
He could be, or he could be from the past. I'm not sure.
from
But he
another
is going
planet.
to retire. But I don't see Joan on a boat in Lake Tahoe either.
No, she's
I
going to
just-
stay exactly where she is right now. So whoever this lucky guy is going to have to move
now,
to her.
And as a spoiler, but I don't believe it's a spoiler alert. You know, we see all these things online, and they're like, Joan, you know, they're always lying. And they're like, Joan kicks off Pascal, which we know is not true.
Yeah.
Then I also see, like, she picks Guy, which it's all these baloney websites.
Oh, I know.
Honestly,
They're floating
it's
everything.
not right. I really, truly, I'll be shocked
Yeah.
if she does not pick chock full of Nazis. I will be
still get the
shocked.
I still get the creepy vibe from him a little.
I get the
bit.
little weird. I
like him, but
I like him too, but there's something like I feel like he would be great and he would be wonderful, but if he doesn't win, he's coming after her with a bat. Do you know what I mean? He's going to start
she does
breaking her
not choose
freaking
him.
windows with a Louisville slugger.
I think if she doesn't choose him, I am really curious to see how
I can
that's going
see
to go
him
down.
becoming unhinged quickly.
I think so. Yeah.
But
he seems a little borderline obsessive.
and yes, he is.
And look, that's good. I mean,
he said he proposed, so I think if she's looking for an engagement, but something tells me that she's not looking for an engagement. I feel like she wants to go slow.
Oh, very.
And like take it easy and
or
like
if they get engaged,
date
it's gonna
long
take
distance.
it's going to be a really long engagement. It's not going to be like the Jerry and Teresa thing where they got married in like 2 minutes.
Oh God.
So I think
God,
it's going to be a long time. Maybe she'll accept an engagement ring, but it's going to be a very long engagement.
So I don't know.
good luck
We'll
to
see. It's going to be that was finale part 1. The men will tell all.
So is next week the final?
I think so. Well, I'm not sure if it's men tell all and then final next week.
Do they meet her family?
I'm not sure.
How's
Yes,
it
they
gonna
will
work?
meet her
Oh,
family
right.
next week.
Okay then.
And
All
I
right.
think that will happen during the men tell all. And I think usually the men tell all, and then there's the finale the next week.
Oh, okay. So then it's going to be two
which
more.
would make sense because then it's Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Takes them right into the break.
And I'm already thinking about this: is who is going to be the Golden Bachelor? Like, is it going to to be Charles L?
Well,
Because I'm still thinking
they showed
maybe.
the
Is it gonna
coming
be Jonathan?
scenes.
Is it going to be Mark? Who is it going to be?
I don't know. I think it's
dying
going
to
to be. Mark was too dingbat. Like if he
So
thought
maybe-
Harry and Joan had a great date, and she was like, he thought they had
but
the
he's
best
Kenny
date.
Rogers.
He's 57.
He's young
We could
and
date him easily. He's
could.
in our 10-year age span.
He is.
Anyway,
he'd have
but-
a lot of ladies. It could be Charles L. It could be Jonathan. I'm still
I don't
hanging
like
on to
his beard.
Jonathan.
I don't like his beard. I don't like men
Jonathan
with beards.
might be
Sorry,
able to-
men with beards.
To
Jonathan
pull it
would
off.
be great.
He might be able to. do
Jonathan
it.
could.
So it could be him. And here's one thing: if she doesn't choose Guy, I don't think it's going to be Guy because of the restraining order. I just think it's like a little stain.
There's
on him.
something. I mean, he is a doctor. Let's not forget.
He is. He's a great guy. I love him.
He is. He's got a boat.
I worry
He's
for him,
very
though. I just don't
easy.
think
There's
that-
just
I
something
don't know.
robotic about him. Again, he's could be from the future.
Could be.
I'm not sure.
Could be.
I think he's a little older. He seems like a little slower than Joan. I don't know what to say. Chuck looks like he could give Joan a nice, in the sack ride.
Fun life.
And they all went, and
he would just have to leave Kansas. He's from Kansas.
Yeah, that's a problem.
That's going to be a big one.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
But let them worry about that.
They'll work that out.
All right, on to the next.
All right, so we were saying last week that RHONY is so terrible.
Awful
and I don't think
always.
we should give it a lot of time.
Not a lot of time.
Like a quick review.
I want to know one thing. I want to know why Jessel talks the way that she does.
What does
Pivot.
talk the way she does like that? And, pivot. Like, I want to be Cher.
I wanted him to have it all done. What did you say?
I want to be Cher from Clueless.
For my birthday party. You've been useless as always, Pivot. Okay. And then when she's like, so I wanted Pivot to have it all figured out. But of course, he texts me and says, what are we doing on your birthday?
He goes, what do you want?
She's gotten a giant glow up this season. Her haircut.
Yeah,
her haircut is so much. She had that long, rotten hair last season.
She looks great.
She didn't feel good about herself last season. You could tell because this season
she had just had the babies,
right? And
so
this
maybe,
season
it was like a postpartum stage.
I feel like this season she's talking like this
her own.
because of the way she's talking, and she feels like I can be more of me.
I can be more of me.
I don't understand her.
Yeah.
I don't. And the 4 outfits on your 41st birthday.
Well, that was kind of
She didn't wear one outfit from Clueless.
Yeah, right?
The only one who looked good was Brynn.
Yeah, I thought Brynn looked good. I actually thought Cy looked good too.
And Cy is very pretty.
Cy's very pretty.
Let me just
and
talk
very,
about
very fashionable.
Let me just talk about when Cy.
I said this before. I love Cy's confessionals. I don't know, something about her style is really cool.
She's got the Wonder Woman chest plate on with some kind of do-rag.
Yeah, she's
I don't
great.
know,
She's
but
great
let me say that Cy, I don't care what anyone says. Her and her husband could not be more mismatched if they tried. I am sure Cy
look a little mismatched.
If Cy married for the do, re, mi, fa,
is that
so.
right? Because her husband doesn't work. She's the breadwinner.
She's she's the one that's getting them all the. What does she?
Yeah, she's an influencer. But here's the thing: I don't know a lot about influencers. How much money do influencers make? She's a very
she's also on the
influencer.
most popular TV show, so now I'm sure she's getting money. But excuse me, I'm not sure that Cy. I don't know, but I'm not sure that her influencer status got them what they have. Like
I don't know because I remember
I feel like they look nothing.
I don't think she said it this season, but last season I remember he wasn't working. Now, maybe he made his money and now he doesn't have to work. I don't know.
I would be shocked if she is the brainchild behind that couple.
Okay.
I would be shocked. But prove me wrong. I'm so happy to be like I'm wrong. If it's all Cy, I will eat it and say, absolutely, you go, Cy.
Yeah.
It just doesn't look like that to me.
It's a little bit of an odd pairing, the two of them.
Odd pairing.
A little bit, yeah.
And
I know what
Sarah
you're saying.
Foster was on Watch What Happens Live with Jen Pedranti after OC season finale, and she was like, "Oh, I love them. I think they're the cutest couple." I'm like, "Did that just come out of your mouth because you have nothing else to say?" Like, no, what? No,
but I'm gonna
absolutely not.
I'm actually I wasn't a Cy fan last season, but I'm gonna give Cy credit for one thing.
I like Cy.
In between,
at least she's interesting.
Last season and this season, she was on Jeff Lewis. And something came up about the upcoming season, which is the season we're in now.
Okay.
And she made a comment that Rebecca Minkoff is really boring.
Oh, my
She is
God.
1,000% right. Because when I heard it before the season aired, I'm like, oh, God, that's Cy just being a mean girl. She's totally right. She is so boring.
She adds...
Rebecca Minkoff adds nothing to the
big,
show.
fat goose egg for our YouTubers.
So, Cy, thank you for warning us.
You see this monocle? Do you see this monocle over my eyelid? Yes. What? She's terrible. And I love that Brynn's like, Rebecca, that's where fun goes to die.
Yeah,
she looked like
she was going to a funeral at
but
the
she
party.
has nothing to add.
She has nothing
And then
to
Brynn was
add.
like, drink with me. And she was like, no, I will, but not tonight. And nobody can make me drink. What?
But I
she
think
is awful.
Even Brynn said, I want her to drink because she's not fun. Like
she's probably worse.
She's got to drink because she's so boring.
Probably worse. She probably just pass right out.
Like, she just adds nothing.
Oh, she doesn't add anything. And I love, and I think she's gorgeous, the artist who's the lesbian.
She's gorgeous.
Raquel,
and
but
she's
she
got an
adds
interesting life, but she doesn't add
she
much
adds
either.
Zippo, and like
No.
she was in the audience. Oh, she was on the show too. One after New York, I saw on Watch What Happens Live or something.
She was on Watch What Happens
Live, and
Live?
she had Mel with her, and they're like, everyone's falling in love with Mel, and it's like maybe they're falling in love with Mel, but Mel's not on the show. I've never seen Mel.
Did she say anything yet?
She's like, I just love what Mel's doing with the dogs.
Okay.
I was like, oh my God, these two. If Rebecca
Bring
Minkoff,
me in more because I'm not brought in there yet.
and Jenna Lyons. Oh, if she's not the misfit,
Jenna is bringing nothing.
She does not. When she shows up, was she Paul Rudd's character? I'm not really sure.
Okay, I'm gonna give her this. Her outfit was very creative.
Was that Paul Rudd's character though?
No, it was the father, Cher's father.
Okay,
what's Cher's father's name? The lawyer.
I don't remember.
She did a good job playing him.
Okay, I'm glad
that was creative, but
But when she's like they're just showing her real life, and she's like, I have 3 jobs, and my son's going away next year, and she was like, did you guys know that I was a clown? And like nobody laughed because you could have been a freaking clown, Jenna fucking Lyons.
Exactly.
You're that weird. And she was like, no, I wasn't. No.
In this episode, they brought us in for a second that she's the editor-in-chief at large at some.
Right. I forget the name of it. That's her third job.
That's her third
right.
job.
That's her third job.
Okay, fine, but like it showed it in her in a board meeting or something, and then it just went to
that's
something
what I mean.
else. It's like, what are you doing?
That's what she said, the clown line, and everybody was like, "Is that a joke? We don't know if Jenna was a clown.
We don't know enough.
She's
about
as awkward as ever. She's as awkward AF.
Here's the thing: she's awkward and she's not interesting.
She's not.
I know she's some fashion icon from the J. Crew era,
and by the way,
but I'm just like I'm not interested.
Listen, Raquel is accomplished. Rebecca Minkoff is accomplished.
Yeah.
Jenna is accomplished.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean they make good TV because Sai, the influencer, makes fabulous TV. Just talking about her mother being in the closet is way more interesting. Her ashes being in the closet and planting the tree than these. They are terribly, terribly not camera friendly.
You know what I think it is too? None of these ladies are friends off camera.
Right. And
so
it shows.
If you have some kind of a relationship off camera, that's going to carry in, and that's what we want to see. But I get the feeling none of them. Which brings me to this point. Erin is so upset because Jenna is not checking in on her.
She hasn't reached out to her.
Jenna's not friends with her.
Right. And she's like, oh, well, then I'll reach out to you more. It's like, Jenna's freaking busy. Let her be let her be working her 3 jobs because she ain't going to be on this show. Erin is made for this show.
Yeah.
And so is Sai.
Yeah.
And so is Bryn.
Yeah.
They should stay.
I think
the rest
keep
they
the
need
3
to
of them and get rid of them. And I said before, I love Uba and I do.
Uba too. I like Uba too.
I don't know, but Uba's not fitting in
Uba
so great.
just with the pigeons and the boyfriend. She doesn't know what the fuck's going on. She's just. And you know what I noticed too, which is kind of incredible?
Yeah.
She's got such baby fat. Like her skin is literally perfection.
Oh, it's perfect.
It's literally. I don't know if that. What is that? Is she just 30? Is she 30?
I think she's 40.
Holy shit!
She's just got amazing genetics.
Kristen, can I pour you some more rosé?
Sure, it's so good.
Come on, we got to pour Kristen some more rosé.
We're
drinking the bubbles tonight, gals.
We're
doing the listeners.
Thank you.
We're drinking the bubbles because.
We love
Talking reality in the living room deserves a little bubble.
There's a little.
Does it not? So anyway, I don't know. There was really nothing that went on except dumb fake fighting.
There was really nothing to talk about.
Dumb
and
fake
a clueless
fighting.
Party.
The clueless party, where she was like,
and the fake friendship
and
between
Bryn.
Jenna and Erin.
Oh, right. And she was like, I'll do better at reaching out. And she's like, I just miss you. But I want to say that I love that Bryn had to peace out because she had to go get her spray tan.
A tan.
I
love
was like,
it.
I love that. She probably had her slot at 9:30, and that was it. She had to go. And I was like, she's like, I have a life. Bye.
Okay.
I was like, you go, Brinster. You get the F out of there.
I just texted this to you yesterday, but I'm saying RHONY is phony. So
RHONY is phony. I love that. I love that.
These relationships are not real.
And Andy,
we are not
Andy,
vested in
you
any
can
of
have
this.
them all.
I know I'm not.
You can have them all on Watch What Happens Live. You can talk about how great their spouses are, but guess what? They're boring AF. Rebecca needs to go immediately. Raquel out. And I do love her gorgeous art piece on her finger, her gorgeous engagement ring from Mel.
Yeah,
but like
it's
even
not being brought into the show the right way. Like I'm not
and
buying
by the
any
way,
of it.
and I am all for representation on TV. Like I love the fact that
So
Jenna
do
Lyon is a
I,
lesbian.
yeah.
I love the fact. I mean, that's just one
Sure.
little teensy weensy part of them, but it is important to have representation of
course.
all people on television.
Yes.
Very important. However, bring us the
Something.
interesting people.
Give us some.
This has nothing to do with the fact
here.
that they're lesbian. It just has to do with the fact that they ain't interesting.
Yeah, they ain't. Oh,
Damn.
and the one last thing, and this made a little bit of news. Like I think Brynn put something on her social media, was that she's painting. Uba is painting herself as the angry black woman.
Oh yeah, that
was. And Brynn had a conversation with her about it.
Right.
And then it kind of got blown up, and then Brynn had to kind of correct herself on social media about what she meant behind that.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of a thing.
Yeah, but that's really honestly, and it is.
I don't see Uba as that
and
anyway.
I think there was,
never did.
And I think there was some talk of the fact that possibly that Brynn is very light skinned and Uba is very dark.
Right.
And it would be a different. I wouldn't deign to talk about it as I cannot
she's biracial
talk.
And Uba is not.
Right. I can't talk from their perspective, but and I would never try to. But yeah, that it would be very different because she looks very different.
Right.
And it's a different experience.
It's a different
I guess
experience.
is what I took away from it.
Yeah, I did too.
So yeah, but they got to move this along, Andy.
Please,
Andy,
rev this up,
Andy.
I am so bored.
Come on,
Andy. Snoring during this show. I
think we gave it some time, and I thought it was nice they planted a tree with her mom's ashes.
Yeah, that was very
but
sweet. That was probably the sweetest part
other
of
than
that episode. Other than that,
I feel like it's just a bunch of nails in like a bag that we throw over our shoulder, like you know what I mean? It's just all noise. Like just all noise.
It is.
We're not advertising, but I feel like Stanley is the Stanley. I can't live without my Stanley cup. I'm up to 120 ounces of water a day.
Good for you. I'm not a water drinker, so I give you credit.
I'm just making.
I can't drink water. I should have a.
Oh, I love it. It's all I drink. It's all I drink.
No, it's good.
So all right, let's get into OC.
OC
Was the finale.
What do you think?
I love this episode. I thought this was a great episode.
I did too. I'm gonna jump ahead and say one thing. I was very disappointed in Shannon in this episode because she told off poor innocent Matt, Katie's husband, who's just he's a little sweetheart.
Oh yeah.
But for no reason.
Yeah. She was like, your husband was very inappropriate. Very inappropriate.
Oh,
I was like,
my God.
But you know what?
Does this show like Shannon's true colors a little bit? Because sometimes I can't figure Shannon out.
This was Shannon being vintage Shannon, which I loved. Which I really got a kick. I got a kick out of Shannon being crazy, though. It was good, crazy Shannon. Like, he was being really inappropriate. He was being inappropriate. Meanwhile, she was
crazy. She wasn't victim Shannon. And he's like, she was crazy Shannon.
He's like, I'm the one standing here. You came over to me.
Like you're talking to me. I'm just standing here by myself.
This fella I think, was in the back. Let's get to it. Let's just start out at the beginning.
We'll start at the beginning.
But I think he was standing in the back.
I was so disappointed
in case the FBI came in. He was like hiding.
Yeah, he was.
Because they were afraid the FBI could have bumped it in there any time because of freaking Ryan.
He knew the whole backstory with that.
So anyway, let's talk about that. First, Emily shows up with an ice rink on her finger. That is a gorgeous.
Jen's engagement ring.
Padranti.
It was a rock.
I love that.
That was absolutely beautiful. And it was very sweet to hear she was proposed to in the Bahamas.
I went to my husband and I was like, where is my 7-carat emerald cut?
I mean, I got this is my grandmother's engagement ring, by the way.
Look at that.
And Dan had it. Yeah, Dan had it reset. So I love it. It's
very
special
ring
to me.
Too. I love my ring too, and it's not small. However,
but
it's not 7 carats.
Was it 7 carats?
I think it was 7 or 8.
Jeez, that was
something
a
like
rock.
That.
Beautiful though. Good for them.
Gorge. So yeah, they got married in engagement.
Very happy for that.
And then of course,
they were doing axe.
And I love Shannon throws up. Who's ready to kick some axe? That's the Shannon I love.
I do love that Shannon.
That's the crazy, fun Shannon.
That's Shannon when she's in her element and things are going well.
And Emily starts talking about how she's coming around with Ryan.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, I just had to laugh. I mean, Shannon threw like freaking Stevie Wonder. The way she was like... The way she took that axe and threw it, I'm like,
she had a few Belvederes and
God,
before
is she
went.
that unhinged that she threw that axe like she threw it up at the wall? It was like,
yeah, okay.
Like the handle hit the board. I was like, Shannon, what is wrong with you? And then Jen was like, she was meeting Tamara the next day for a talk.
Oh, okay.
And I was like,
Tamara wanted to
no.
clarify the whole her and Shannon getting involved in the background check thing. But Jen said, I'm not ready. I wasn't ready to meet her.
Yeah, right, well, that was later in the episode.
It was, yeah.
But who's back? Jesus freaking Jones. Kills the episode, and then she shows up at Tamara's.
She really, can I interrupt?
Yeah, of course.
You don't want her back, do you? Because I don't want her back.
Never.
Like,
I want her to go
away.
I want her to melt into the scenery with her cross-bearing Frankenstein-looking fiance that is Johnny J. I want them to go into the
Johnny
wilderness.
J, go away.
I want them to go
With
into
Alexis.
the laboratory in the basement and never come out again. That's what I want.
Johnny J, right there.
Johnny J. Right. We have a
I
still have my Halloween
reminder,
stuff
Johnny
out.
J, and there's
It's
a
going away.
Frankenstein statue
Halloween's
here,
going away
so.
this week. Outside was cleaned up the next day. Inside will be going away this week. But
Yeah.
Alexis shows up at Tamara's with Clorox wipes. Oh, you're so funny. You're so funny, Alexis.
That was really
to
stupid.
clean up the
It wasn't funny.
Oh, you're so funny.
No,
you're not funny at all.
She's not funny. She's just dumb.
And why was Alexis throwing the engagement party for Jen and Ryan? Can somebody tell me why?
No, are Alexis and Jen good friends? I didn't even know they were good friends.
I think it's just the producers were like, okay, we're going to say you're throwing it because you need a reason to freaking be here.
Okay.
Because there is
we
no
got to give you a
reason.
storyline other than the Johnny J. So
Come on. And then Tamara was like, Shannon was trying to destroy my friendship with Jen by showing her that text message.
Oh,
and I'm going to show her everything that I have.
Tamara's doing this all on her own. It's not like Shannon's trying to destroy anything.
Oh.
Tamara is doing
And I love that Jen
the
sees
undoing
through
of her
it.
friendship with Jen
I
all on her
love
own.
that Jen
It
sees
doesn't have
through it.
anything to do with Shannon.
And then there was just all the stuff about, Katie's daughter changing her name.
Okay, yeah.
Don't care.
That was nice, but yes, okay.
Tamara's daughter
so-
making music. Wah, wah, wah. Don't care. Wah, wah,
Yeah,
wah.
that was a little
Gina and Travis
stupid.
talk. Wah, wah, wah. Don't really
Gave
care.
a little bit of insight into the toxic ex, but I don't really care so much. Yeah,
Don't care,
that's not
really.
new.
Moving right along.
Moving right along.
He's not
So-
happy about her moving out. Moving right along. Everyone's getting glam for Ryan and Jen's tacky.
What is it? What was it like? It
Bridesmaid
was
party.
ugly bridesmaids.
It was
and
tacky.
Most of them
Tacky
followed
was the word they used.
followed the
Tacky.
rules, but even like someone was saying, Alexis's dress looked normal, so it didn't look like a tacky bridesmaid's dress.
I mean, Alexis is an attractive woman with an attractive body. So, like, I feel like whatever Alexis kind of puts on is going to look nice.
I
mean, I
know.
thought Heather understood the assignment.
Understood the assignment. Tamara actually understood the assignment. I think Katie did too. They had the puffy,
Yeah.
Emily understood it. Emily looked
also,
funny.
wait a minute. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Tamara and Vicky. Yikes. They look like two old,
Shannon and Vicky.
Oh, my God.
They didn't look.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, they
but
didn't
Shannon
fit in
linked up.
there.
I want to know one thing. Who was Shannon's friend and CFO in the car with them?
Oh,
Who
yeah,
is the CFO?
CFO of what?
Of what? Who the hell is
The
this
Dos
guy?
Amigas?
Is she dating?
The Dos Amigas needs a CFO.
Dating this guy? Who the freak is he the CFO of?
CFO?
Shannon's guy that keeps her receipts in a drawer in her house that she goes,
Please.
I paid John for his loafers, $750.
Maybe he's the one that wrote the receipts on loose leaf.
Uh,
Maybe that's what he does.
I got such a kick out of that. I was like,
know.
who the freak is this guy?
I'm glad you brought that up. I thought the same
so
thing. I'm like,
random.
Shannon's
He's sitting in
CFO.
the back. You barely see him. It's just like teeth and like a few eyeballs in the back.
Okay.
Like, you're so laid out. I was like, okay, this is too whacked out.
Oh wait, but she does have a company. She does have some product. I don't know what it is.
Please, I can't.
Okay.
She used to have some kind of like eating program. but
Some program.
I don't think that. They didn't even say. They would have said the name of the eating diet whatever it was.
Yeah.
I do, right at this point, Katie, who I'm really decided, like, I am in concrete now that I just do not like Katie.
Oh, you don't like
and
Katie?
She was like,
because I'm still liking her.
Katie was, it's okay. You can like her. We can have difference of opinion, of course. But Katie was like, I was a toddler in the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
I was learning my ABCs and my colors.
When these ladies were like in their 20s.
Age shamer. And even though.
Because she's only like 40, I think. She's the youngest.
She's 30. She's the same as Gina.
Yeah.
They're like,
Gina's that age.
Gina's 39, I think. I think Katie's 38 or 40 or something.
Right.
But she's like, and Emily's so funny. She's like, I thought if anybody could nail Tacky, it would be Alexis. But of course, that was so funny. I love Emily. Emily is like my MVP.
She
Emily
might be the
and Gina,
MVP of the season.
Emily and Gina.
Yes,
that is the duo.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, we're reaching out. I want get Emily and Gina on here, and we can talk.
That.
Like,
talk
can we
about
have
them
Meatball,
together. That would be a dream
talk about
interview.
Meatball and the whole
would
business.
love
I just
that.
freaking love them.
I love them.
But I love that Katie.
They're like, you know what they're like? They're like Lucy and Ethel.
They're just
I
cute.
Love Lucy. They're just like funny.
I like them.
And they're just like, they have such a good rapport
we would
together.
have a ball if we
they're
just
great.
hung out with them.
They're great.
But I thought it was funny that at this party, Katie and Nat thought that Heather snubbed them, and she was like, Katie snubbed me. Did you see that snub?
Oh, God.
And
Heather
I was
is
like,
so sensitive.
But I'm all for Heather.
You're
here.
a Heather stan.
I don't know why.
I'm not a Heather stan this season at all.
It's funny.
I'm just not.
I don't want to be. Like, it's
No,
not.
I
It's
know,
just
I know.
organic. I'm just coming out on Heather's team.
Well, you know, the show needs her. It's like, I would never want to see Heather leave the OC. I'm just not liking her this season.
Well, she did leave. I mean, she left.
She did leave, and I'm sure the ratings, I didn't watch it when she left. I'm sure the ratings went bleh when she was gone. And when she came back, it was probably like,
she brings a modicum of class
She does.
to the show
She does.
that it needs.
Very well
because if it was just Vicky and Shannon and then the other two dingbats, Gina and who I love. I mean, I'm calling them
Alexis
dingbats.
calls Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Yeah, I'm calling them dingbats
at the reunion.
in the best possible way.
In the best
like
way. In a
fun,
complimentary way.
Yeah, in a complimentary way. I mean, that's how I talk anyway.
Yeah.
But I just feel like Heather does give it some legitimacy.
Yeah.
She does somehow along the way.
She does. She brings the wealth, a little grounding, a little bit uptightness to the show, but it makes it funny.
Yeah, like they just need her because she is like
we love to hate her sometimes.
She's an OG. Yeah, she just when she's like
we love to hate her.
And then
I love to hate her this season.
Her fight with Katie where she was like, "Oh, you're so badass, aren't you?
Yeah,
aren't you?"
This is where I took Katie's side in this. In that whole thing about her daughter talking about the 8-year-old twin, Emily's 8-year-old twin.
I'm with Heather.
You're with Heather. Okay.
Why is her daughter talking about Heather? Why is she bringing the 9-year-old little twins into this?
I know.
And then she's like, and then Katie was like to Heather, well, it was just a funny mother-daughter moment. She's like, what? Laughing at me that I'm mean?
Okay.
Like, but it's stupid.
That's what I'm going to say.
It's dumb.
If it were me, I wouldn't care. I'd be like, oh, they don't like me? Huh?
I wouldn't either.
So, but
Heather's
Heather.
really got her
Heather
nose at a joint.
Like you're gonna
She's really got her nose at a joint.
Like you killed her puppy.
Yeah,
She's like,
I know.
oh my God.
She's really got her nose at a joint.
These 9-year-old boys think I'm mean. I mean, really, Heather, do you really care that much?
And then she was calling Katie
because I wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah, I know, but it was great when she was like, oh, you're so badass, Katie.
Yeah, but Katie handled it well. Katie
was like, I'm so sick of your nails
She's
in my
just like,
face.
yeah.
I'm sick of your nails
I'm
in my
saying.
face. Like, it was just that was a cute little fight that I enjoyed.
I would like to see Katie come back. And I think she has a very good friendship with Jen.
Yeah.
I think she adds a good element to the show. And then we see, as I was saying earlier, we see Shannon getting all bent out of shape with the ladies, and Shannon storms off like
Shannon
she normally does.
Beador storms off.
And I think, you know what I think it is? I think she's talking to Matt. Matt got her in the heat of a very frazzled moment, and she just took her frustration out on
She
Matt.
did. He was just an innocent little bystander back
saying,
there.
I care about you, and she's like, I'm really mad that you said you care about me.
Yeah, she was just the poor soul who caught Shannon at that
poor
moment.
guy. He was
She's
in the wrong place at the wrong time.
I'm creating healthy boundaries. which means I'm walking away. But then, of course, you walked into poor Matt and you were just like, just started eating him alive.
He's just a sweetheart. Yes.
I don't think he's innocent, and I think he's a nice enough guy. I think he just wants to be on the golf course and wants to be away from these psychotics.
I think so.
And he was hiding out.
I think him and Katie look like they have a very nice marriage.
Yeah, and he was hiding out because the whole next part.
He was waiting for the FBI to come to this party.
Because the whole part of the episode was, the whole Ryan scandal. Yeah. And he said, "Oh, this is my money launderer," when he was introducing his friend, who's the bookie.
His name is also Matt.
I wasn't sure, but he was like, he's my money launderer. And then he was like, I would never turn in my friends, this friend of his.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when it's all over and they do a night, Johnny J shows up and Lucy and Ethel are up on the wall trying to see Johnny J.
That's what I'm saying. You're like Lucy and Ethel to me.
Who comes with his Jesus cross and his scarf, like Frankenstein. Gets out of the limo and they're like, Johnny J is here. Someone tell Shannon.
Oh God, Johnny J. I thought Johnny J was gonna come into the party.
Thank
God
too.
He didn't.
The fact that he just pulled away.
I just didn't even want to see him. Like, just grab Alexis and get the hell out of here.
And the fact that they were even teasing that he might walk in. I was like, let's do it.
They did that for a fact. They totally did that for a fact. But wait a second.
It does finally make it to the FBI.
It does make it to the FBI at the end.
I've been waiting for this all season.
So have I. Yeah, but it seems like he got cleared. It looks like
he did. But let me just say this.
Yeah.
So for our listeners that don't know, Ryan, Jen's soon-to-be husband, which their marriage is slated for 2025. So we'll be on the lookout for that.
And Jen said no prenup.
Because him and Jen ride together.
Yes.
That's what he said. We ride together. And Jen was like, thank you for that.
Thank you for that.
That was on Watch What Happens Live. The man gets his underwear tailored. I mean, he'd never make it half a day in prison. He gets his underwear tailored. Okay?
Strange.
Okay? So if he had to wear one size fits all in prison, it would be bad.
Yeah.
But I don't understand. So he was involved. Somehow he gets named in the Shohei Ohtani. Now, the only reason I know who Shohei Ohtani is because my husband is from
the Dodgers.
Right. My husband is a massive LA fan. He's also a New York Yankees fan. So he won and lost at the World Series because he loves both teams. However, there was some kind of gambling scheme. And somehow Ohtani, in this lawsuit, Ryan is named in this lawsuit, which was
affiliated with.
And something exactly like this man's contract is something like worth $700 million.
Crazy.
So I don't understand, but I don't understand how you get named in a lawsuit and then you get out of it.
I don't know.
And you see Jen saying at the reunion in an upcoming clip, it says Ryan has nothing coming for him.
Yeah.
And in this episode, the guy who is the bookie or the launderer or whatever
jail,
says, I would never rat out my friends. So maybe he's taking the fall for everybody, but he's facing prison time. Not Ryan. His friend who is this bookie.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just don't know how. And my husband's an attorney and I'm trying to ask him, although he's like, I don't know. I was like, how are you
Nobody really knows
named in a lawsuit
much.
And then not? And then, of course, at the end of the episode, Tamara shows up when they're
with
at their lunch.
FBI hat.
Well, FBI hat on.
It wouldn't be Tamara
she just does not
if
stop.
she didn't do that.
She does not.
She does not.
She
stop.
does not care.
No.
I mean, at this point, she was so far into villain mode, and like she's not knowing because they're shooting it. She's thinking, "Oh, I'm funny, Tamara. I'm Tamara with this, and I'm Tamara coming with all the tea." And then you are so hated by the end of this episode.
Oh,
Tamara.
forget it. Tamara's look. Another one like Heather. I don't want to see Tamara leave OC. We need her. We need the villain. We need that. But she is
Tamara is just with that whole thing. And
she really did herself no favors this entire season.
And then you also see Katie, not Jen, going to Katie's house, going, I just don't know, I don't, and him and her and Ryan having, and he's like, well, I'm sorry, babe, and she's like, this is gonna be a bloodbath for me. And they were like, how could she be so stupid?
They're all worried
she
about
couldn't
her.
be this dumb.
Oh,
but
God.
apparently he's cleared.
He's got immunity, so
somehow
he
weaseled his way out of it. And somebody said something in the episode about $10 million. Hitting, showing up as in his account. I was like,
bank account,
I would love for $10 million to show up on my account.
Okay.
And just not go to jail and be mentioned in the lawsuit, but then like not mentioned and just be done with it.
But maybe they did do a thorough investigation that they're not talking about, and everything got cleared for him. Who knows?
I don't know.
I don't know. This $10 million in his bank could be legitimate. Who knows?
So we are next week into
is the reunion. Looking
with
forward to it.
Listen, if you go on Littler Podcast, we've got the reunion looks posted up there.
Yep.
They
look pretty fabulous, all of them. They do.
They're gonna look
Tamra, I'm sorry.
The
she
arms.
covered her arms, thank God.
Thank God. Those
she looked
arms,
gorgeous, but
the
just
crepey
cover
arms.
the crepe arms.
I know, it's freaking me out.
It really is.
Joan
like,
Bastos has the same crepe.
Yes, she does. I noticed.
You got to use crepe erase. I'm telling you,
crepe
girls.
erase,
I use crepe erase. I don't have crepey skin, but I'm bathing in that.
Maybe
crap.
Tamra can get surgery to get rid of that because I just don't want to see that anymore.
You'd have to get it pulled, but unfortunately, that's skin postmenopause.
Yeah,
it will crepe up on you. It'll sneak up on you and crepe up on you.
Yeah.
And you know what? I have a thing. We're coming up on probably the end. I think moving forward, I think for tonight, I think we should just take a breather and let it all sink in, and then I think next week we should dive into Salt Lake.
Okay, let's do that.
Real Housewives of Slick, did you say?
I call roast slick.
Because we're
roast
losing.
Slick.
We're gonna do we're gonna cover the reunion of OC, but I think we should get into Slick.
I think so.
Salt Lake.
Have been watching it, and it's very good. So
I gotta get into it. I'm gonna get into it.
Okay.
I think we're gonna sign off for now.
Okay. Sounds good.
Right, and I think we've got a lot to do. Listen, whoever wins the election tonight, congratulations. Whoever you're voting for, I hope your person wins.
Yes.
But like we said, we're here for all the reality.
All of it.
We're here for the reality.
Yeah.
And reality TV will still go on, regardless of who our president is. So won't that be just the kicker?
Oh, yeah.
Nobody, the reality TV is not on the ballot.
No.
As they say. Thank God. All right, so we are going to see everyone next week.
Yes.
The living room never really shuts down.
Never.
And let us know, like we said, in the new year, we're going to start having company in the living room.
We are. I think that in 2025, we do our company in the living room.
Yes, we're going to start having company. We're going to start having visitors. Yes. So let us know if you're interested in coming on and saying hi and chatting with us, because we want to...
We'd love to have guests.
We'd love to have listeners on and, talk about all the shiz.
Yes.
All right, so we're heading out.
We're out for now.
We
will see you next week. A lot's going to happen in the next 7 days.
Yes, a lot will happen. We'll have a new president when we come back on. So.
Yes, we will.
All right, we're out.
We're out now.
Good night from the living room.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.